Hey everyone! So, my Fire Red video has been received well by a lot of you, so I thought I'd come back to Pokemon for another no damage run. And this time, I'm trying it on my favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Platinum. Along with Diamond and Pearl, the Sinnoh games were the first ones I owned as a child, so they hold a special place in my heart. But enough small talk, let's get started. Can you beat Pokemon Platinum without taking damage? This time, there will be no lapse in judgment. I'm a boy, and my name is Albie. Barry over here is the one making all the stupid decisions this time, such as running in tall grass without Pokemon. Luckily for us, this is where Professor Rowan gifts us our starters. I picked Turtwig, because Turtwig is the best starter, don't at me. I don't get to name them yet, because I have to get through the first rival battle. If you were expecting me to break down immediately as I did in Fire Red, think again, because it seems the rival AI is programmed to go easy on you, going for status moves instead of attacking. Keep in mind, it wasn't a first try victory, but I still got it in less than 5 minutes. Now I get to name my starter, and my Turtwig is a lady, so I call her Hope, like what I am feeling starting this challenge. Even though Torterra is the slowest of the starters, hopefully this won't come back and bite me in the ass later on. The wild Pokemon around here are fairly aggressive, like Bidoof only knows Tackle at level 3, so training to level up and catching them is actually quite tricky. I still catch Rufus the Starly and Sparky the Shinx. The hardest part for me right now is leveling up, since you can probably figure out that a level 3 Starly doesn't yield an exorbitant amount of XP. Plus, in every encounter, the wild Pokemon has to use a status move the first time, since I'm not strong enough to one-shot them. And to top it all off, the first and mandatory trainer has a level 5 Starly who knows Quick Attack. Oh joy! At level 10, I finally fainted with a crit. After that, it's kinda smooth sailing. With a bit of luck, of course. I get the Poketch, the Old Rod, and start training on Wild Magikarp for the second rival battle. My heaviest hitter for now is Rufus, and at level 12 I try my chances at the rival. Apparently the same quirk applies here. Chimchar likes to use Leer a lot, so Rufus sweeps the team on his own. A couple trainers later and I am in Orberg City. This is a great spot for farming XP for Turtwig, since it's full of Geodude and Onix. Rourke is the first gym leader, and he uses Rock-type Pokemon, so it should be a cakewalk. Still, I'm afraid of his Granados, so I evolve my Turtwig into Grotle at level 18. Geodude is free, Onix is faster but goes for Stealth Rock, and Granados goes for Leer instead of Headbutt, giving me an honestly free victory. In Route 207, I can also train Rufus on Wild Machop, further boosting his attack stat, and I catch a Ponyta that I named Summer. Back in Jubilife City, I am forced into a double battle with Dawn against two weird guys with awkward hair. One of them has a Glameow who uses Fake Out, but luckily it targets Dawn's Piplup, and the other Stunky goes for Screech, so another battle down. Right before Floaroma Town, there is a double battle with twins using Pachirisu, and they both know and like using Quick Attack, but luckily they are not mandatory, so no thanks. The next story part involves me clearing the Valley Windworks of Team Galactic. I can deal with the first grunt protecting the door, and the other two with the key are a joke. There is only one problem, a big, fat problem. Commander Mars's Purugly. This thing is super fast, always uses Fake Out, and is bulky enough to survive a wing attack from Rufus. I also equipped the Rufus with a Quick Claw, thinking it would help against Priority, which it doesn't, so that's useless. I have 3 options now. I could slather trees with honey and get a Burmy with Protect, I could wait and catch a Drifloon, or I could level up Rufus until Purugly becomes a one-hit KO with Quick Attack. I am not wasting 6 real-life hours on a tree so that maybe I could get a Burmy, and I recorded this part on a Monday, so I am not waiting until Friday for a Drifloon. So I guess I have to grind. Right now, Rufus is level 21. Let's see how far I need to go. Level 26. Quick Attack almost does half of its health. Grinding on level 10 Pokemon is becoming tedious at best. At level 30, I finally get a crit, ending this and getting the appropriate amount of XP. This was the first big hurdle to overcome, and I came out of it a broken man. Rufus is now so overleveled that I power through Eternal Forest, if the enemies decide to cooperate, that is. The second gym leader is Gardenia, who specializes in grass-type Pokemon. To nobody's surprise, Rufus mopped the floor with her team on the very first try. I gained so much momentum that the Team Galactic building was a slaughter. Not even Commander Jupiter's Skuntank could stop bloodthirsty Rufus. I get an egg from a mysterious blonde lady called Cynthia, and a bike to use on Cycling Road. I tried a big brain move and went for Wayward Cave to try and get a Gibble early, but that just wasn't happening. Now that I got the Versus Seeker, training is gonna be super easy, and I can also get access to sources of renewable income, so I can be less strict with my money. On my way to Hearthome City, Yegg hatches into a Togepi that I name Bemis. You can tell my brain was fried after all of that. And my Groudle finally evolves into Torterra, one of, if not my favorite Pokemon. The Hearthome Gym is a Ghost-type gym, with fairly fast Pokemon, but my level advantage from earlier still carried me. Duskull is free, Mismagius goes for Confuse Ray instead of Shadow Ball, allowing me to get the KO, and Haunter is knocked out by Rufus. 3 badges down. Not much later, my Staravia also evolves into Staraptor, and my team was finally starting to take shape. By now, Rufus and Hope are hard carrying the team, allowing the others, such as Sparky, to get XP with the XP share. I make my way through Solaceon Town with no real obstacle until I hit a brick wall. On Route 215, Ace Trainer Dennis has a Buizel with Swift Swim and Aqua Jet, which is annoying, and a Drifblim, which wouldn't be a problem if not for its Aftermath ability, which damages my Pokemon if it faints because of a move that makes contact, and so far every move I have makes contact. Thank God there is a Shockwave TM nearby that I teach to Sparky, but at level 24 she is still not strong enough to faint Drifblim. I come back once she gets to level 30 and evolves into Luxray, her final form. With some help from Swagger and some confusion luck, Drifblim goes down, and I can enter Veilstone City. I proceed to get a Porygon, which both I forget to name and never end up using, and go shopping in the local mall, focusing on strong TMs like Thunder and such. To be fair, I wanted the better TMs from the game corner, but you have to either gamble and reach 10,000 coins, or buy said coins for 200,000 Pokédollars, and I am not rich enough to afford any of them right now. The local gym is a fighting type gym, another prime occasion for Rufus to shine. He single-handedly wipes out the gym trainers, but I was not convinced he could wipe out Maylene, the gym leader's team. Turns out I was wrong. Another cakewalk, and another badge to my collection. It's weird how difficulty sprouts not from the main encounters, but from random trainers throughout the world. It makes the experience that much more exciting. You can probably tell by now that I'm skipping all the unnecessary parts. I'm not showing every single trainer because they are either outclassed or overpowered if they try to use a priority move. Trouble would soon catch up to me though, precisely in Pastoria City, my next stop. Before I can challenge the gym, Barry comes back with a vengeance, and he wants a rematch. He has a Staravia with Quick Attack, which is totally not annoying and doesn't like to be knocked out by Rufus, and a Buizel with Aqua Jet. I am stopped in my tracks and have to grind. Only at level 40 can Rufus one-hit Buizel with Quick Attack, aided by the Silk Scarf I bought at the game corner, after Sparky knocks out Staravia with a Lucky Quick Claw. Then, Monferno and Roselia are dealt with using Fly. Now onto Pastoria City's gym, the Water-type gym. This, in theory, is another free one, with Sparky and Hope. But let's not get too hasty. While the trainers are definite pushovers, Crush Wake was not so easy. Gyarados was in a speed tie with Sparky out of all things, and had the closest damage range possible, surviving Shockwave with a sliver of health sometimes. a clear sign that a small amount of grinding could solve all of this. One level later and everything changes. Gyarados becomes a one-hit guaranteed. I'm not worried about Quagsire, and Floatzel, although he is super fast, goes down to 1 return if he decides not to use Aqua Jet. Badge number 5. After this, some very boring Team Galactic stuff happens involving a bomb. I don't know how you can make a bomb boring, but let's skip ahead to Celestic Town, after I cure some Psyduck's headache with a magic potion given to me by Magic Cynthia. This is where you fight Cyrus for the first time, but for now, he is a breeze. I'm afraid he will kick my ass later on though. I get the Surf HM and head to Canalab City. If any of you still had doubts on why I chose to play Pokemon Platinum, just listen. Oh god damn it. I'm sorry, where were we? Oh yeah. Before I can challenge the gym, I have to get through the Iron Islands with Riley. But there was really nothing eventful here, I just kinda got through without any issue. Now for Byron, the Steel-type gym leader. On paper, another easy one with Earthquake and Close Combat. But even before I got to him, this one trainer stopped me with a Scissor, which was both tough to beat and a good opportunity to train Summer the Ponyta. As a matter of fact, at level 37 she learns Fire Blast and evolves at level 40. With another strong member of my team, Scizor was no more. And Byram became more manageable once Steelix went down to Fire Blast, allowing Rufus to get the KO on Bastiodon with a quad-effective Close Combat. Another bomb has been detonated by Team Galactic in another lake, so our 10-year-old heroes decide to come in to save the day. Barry, Dawn and I would split up and each check one of the 3 lakes, in hopes of finding the local legendary Lake Guardian still undisturbed. Yeah, no, obviously I have to check every lake, since my companions are total inepts. While Commander Saturn is probably the easiest of the 3, Commander Mars still had the annoying Purugly. I, however, was better equipped now. I bought the Protect TM, which I taught to Staraptor instead of Return, which trivialized the red-haired woman's ace Pokemon. The last lake was not within my reach though, since I had to go through Mount Coronet and Route 216 and 217. While walking through some tall grass, I find and catch a female Sneasel that I name Sandy, not really expecting much to come out of it. This one trainer stopped me yet again. He had an Electabuzz and a Magmar, and there was Hail, which would damage any Pokemon in my team after turn 1. My only manageable option was Sandy, unless I wanted to use Sunny Day. At level 42, I taught her Dig, which proved to be superb coverage on her, allowing me to sweep that guy's team. Quick pro tip, if you are wondering where I train my Pokemon, on Route 212 there are these 2 old folks, which only have 1 Roselia and 1 Chatot respectively, and if you equip your Pokemon with an Amulet coin, they yield around 14 to 18,000 Pokédollars each, so you can also afford the more expensive TMs like Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball and such. Back to our game. Candice, the 7th gym leader, specializes in Ice-type Pokemon. At first, I thought this would be a sweep with Summer, but I forgot about Abomasnow and his Snow Warning, which negated this strategy, so I had to again use Sandy. What ended up happening is as follows. Sandy 1-hits the opponent Sneasel with a Brick Break. Piloswine is a 1-hit with either Close Combat with Staraptor or a Fire Blast with Summer. I don't know why I chose the riskier option. Abomasnow is baited by Sandy's quad weakness to fighting into using Focus Blast, which misses a lot, allowing me to get a 2-hit KO. Then last comes Frostlass. For some arcane reason, it went for Double Team twice, despite the fact I was using Feint Tech, a move that cannot miss. And the second to last gym badge was now mine. After wiping Barry's tears from his eyes, after he lost like a baby, I head back to Veilstone City to clear out the Galactic headquarters once and for all. Sandy was quickly turning into the MVP on my team, kicking Galaxy butt left and right, until came the big bad again, Cyrus. I never put 2 and 2 together and figured out that he specializes in dark and flying, which turned out to be 2 of Sandy's favorite types to bust. As a matter of fact, she sweeped Cyrus' team. Brick Break on Sneasel, Ice Punch on Honchcrow, and again Ice Punch on Crobat when it goes for Supersonic. Now, she'll become even stronger. Right next to Cyrus' office, you can pick up a Razor Claw, which I gave her straight away, so that as soon as I can, she'll evolve into a Weavile. Before that though, there's the second Commander Saturn fight. I'll be honest, I only got through because of a lucky freeze on Toxicroak, since not even Rufus could knock it out. Oh yeah. Now for arguably this run's biggest challenge, by far, the double battle with Barry at Spear Pillar. This fight alone took me around 2 hours. In the end, I managed to devise a very specific strategy. I'll walk you through it. Set up Sword Stance, then Brick Break the right Bronzer. If the left one attacks Munchlax, Brick Break Perugly. The Bronzer will go for Reflect again. Now Brick Break Bronzer and hope that Golbat will attack Munchlax. Here I try to one-hit Skuntek, but he survives, which puts me in a bad spot, but luckily I only come out of it confused. Now break through Confusion and Ice Punch Golbat, and Staraptor will take care of Skuntank. Then one last Golbat and it's done. Whew. I need a minute. That was probably the single toughest battle I have ever experienced in Pokemon in my entire life. Now at least I get to go on in the Distortion world. There's only one fight here, Cyrus. It looks simple until I realized that his own Weavile has Fake Out now, and I didn't prepare with Protect, so I have to do that again. But here's the problem. Before the Spear Pillar battle, I didn't wanna override Dig with Sword Stance, so instead of saving regularly, I created a separate save state. Now after Cyrus, I loaded the wrong save state before the Spear Pillar battle, and even though I saved before Cyrus, even if I reset, I still loaded before the battle. This means one thing, I have to do that fight again. At least I got a very lucky fight in the first 5 minutes, or I honestly probably would have quit. Back to Cyrus. After saving and making another save state, I challenge him. Everything is consistent, with the exception of Gyarados. He is faster than Luxray, so I have to hope for a Quick Claw. Then my Thunder has to hit, obviously. Then thank God I outspeed Crobat, winning the last battle. How about Giratina? What were you expecting? This video is getting kinda long, so let's just skip to the last gym badge. Spoiler alert, I actually had to train someone extensively. At level 50, Rufus can clear Jolteon and Raichu with Return. At level 53, Hope outspeeds Luxray, but I have to have Quick Claw activate for Hope on Electivire. I regret losing the Dig at TM. Sandy would have trivialized this fight. I get the Waterfall HM, switch around the HMs on my living Star Wars reference, and get through Victory Road. There are mandatory trainers, but they aren't too tough. I have only 6 battles left. Let's start with the last berry fight. A level 55 Sparky one-hits Staraptor with Thunderbolt. Then Rufus knocks out Snorlax with Close Combat, Floatzel with Return, and Heracross, Infernape and Roserade with Fly. Now for the Elite Four, after some grinding again, of course. And I realize I have no footage of actually beating Aaron, but I'll walk you through it. His team is pretty easy. The one problem was Drapion, who outsped my Rapidash. In the end, at level 56 and equipped with choice packs, she beats Drapion and I can move on. It's truly a shame that it didn't record. Bertha, though, is as easy as you would expect. Hope deals with Whiscash, Sandy with Gliscor, and again Hope feints Golem, Rhyperior with some help from Leaf Storm, and Hippowdon is a 2-hit but goes for Yawn, allowing me to get the KO. Now for Flint. Close combat on Houndoom, fly on Infernape, return on Magmortar. I don't think that crit mattered. Return on Rapidash, that crit did not matter, and a third crit in a row with return. That probably also didn't matter, but it's a crazy coincidence getting 3 crits in a row. Lastly is Lucian. Set up on Mr. Mime with Swords Dance, and sweep using Feint Attack on Mr. Mime, Ice Punch on Gallade. Bronzong is a tank and a 2-hit KO, but he sets up Calm Mind. Then again Feint Attack on Alakazam and Espeon. Now for the moment we all have been waiting for, Pokemon Champion Cynthia. She has a monstrous team and a pretty smart AI. This is gonna be fun. The battle starts off poorly since I can't knock out Spiritomb, the Pokemon without weaknesses, so I bring in Sparky to stall with Swagger. Garchomp is the beast that I trained Sandy for. She does her job wonderfully, outspeeding and getting an Ice Punch in. Lucario goes down to a Choice Scarf boosted Fire Blast. Milotic is a special wall, but Sparky has the rivalry ability, so a boosted Thunder Fang does the job, but I could not one-hit Togekiss. Oh no. I tried Swagger, but it outspeeds Sparky. Luckily Sandy comes in with a clutch crit that 100% mattered. Then Roserade is free with Ice Punch. I did it. I beat the champion and took her place. I cannot believe how tough this challenge was at times. And even though I could have planned this run better, selecting better Pokemon, I chose to follow my heart instead. And I'm glad I made it anyway, even if I made a couple mistakes here and there. I hope you guys enjoyed this run as much as I did, even though it was frustrating at times. I have an idea for an interesting new Pokemon challenge next. I think you'll like it. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing for more content. And I will see you in the next video.